especially when you look at working 9 to 5s, right? Now, there's no real problem with 9 to 5s. I respect 9 to 5s. Most people make that money. I don't necessarily have an issue or a problem with it. This man doing? I don't have a problem with it at all. My thing is that, although things can't always be perfect, 9 to 5s literally suck your soul away, bro. That's the issue. And it can be completely avoided if the people that was running these companies and shit like that actually gave a fuck about their employees. Um, and there's just so many things that I could say, but
So first off, he started off by giving 9 to 5 people credit. And yeah, I mean, like I said, he's gonna start getting into why he's frustrated or doesn't like it. But first things first, shout out to all my 9 to 5 workers out there. And for the 9 to 5 people, I truly believe that y'all are the most important people to why the society is running. And do I believe that 9 to 5 is the best thing possible? No. You know what I mean? I truly believe that later on down the line, having a business is better because businesses, most millionaires and most people that are real successful run businesses, but not off the fact that, oh, I want to start a business like how all the kids and young people are thinking today. The reason most millionaires run businesses are due to tax reasons specifically. And that's the thing not talked about. A lot of people are not really aware of how money works or how money's generated and things of that nature. But yeah, most people that work a job, they're doing it the right way. And that's how you have to start out. Like I said, I work a job, I make good money. And I know a lot of people that work a job that make good money. So it's definitely not a bad thing to work a job, especially starting out. But later on down the line, the older you get, the more money you start making, you start to understand that running a business, you can write off a lot of tax stuff. You can save a lot of money. You can grow your assets having a business. So that's the other side. But let's keep listening to what he's talking about.
I don't even know where to start. But let's start here, bro. They don't give a fuck about your health. If you think about a 9 to 5, you working 8 hours a day, you sitting down at a desk in a goddamn cubicle, or you standing at a desk or whatever. And by the time you finish, you get home, you're like, fuck, I'm tired because you got to do that shit all again the next day. You know what I'm saying? You get home at 5 o'clock, decompress, take a shower, whatever. After your commute, it's probably like 6:30, 7 o'clock. By that point, you know what I mean? You see family, or you see, or if you live by yourself, you know what I'm saying? You just want a second to chill out because you just been at work all day. And even though it may not be a physical labor job, it might be something like you sitting at a desk, bro. You mentally drained. You typing in spreadsheets and shit, talking to coworkers, putting up with all the BS that you put on a day to day. You come back from work, bro. You tired. You don't feel like hitting the gym. You don't feel like going on a run or nothing like that. You can't take care of your body. What ends up happening is
I'm confused. And the reason I'm making this face is because if the option is not to work 9 to 5, wouldn't it be starting a business? Because I'm not guessing he's talking about let's go to the wilderness and all live in the jungle for free. So we should be comparing a 9 to 5 to having your own business. Running your own business is harder than working a 9 to 5. Running your own business takes 60 plus hours if you're trying to become very successful and if you're taking your business serious. Running a business, now you got people's livelihoods on the line. You can't not just show up one day because you feel like it. No, that's somebody's family that you're taking from. So if we're comparing this to having your own business, you're way off. What are you talking about? Sitting down at a desk for an 8 hour period and then you get home at 6 p.m. and you got all this time to chill out if you want, or you have the weekends off. That's easy. I'm confused here. You have plenty of time to go work out and take care of your family. That's what the 9 to 5 literally was designed for. Was so you don't work as hard. I, I'm a little confused on that point.
is motherfuckers become unhealthy physically, even from desk jobs. See, people always talk about, oh, warehouse jobs have an effect on your body physically. Yes, that's true. But man, Nobody talks about how desk jobs, living a sedentary lifestyle, sitting down, or just being at a desk and just being, having an idle brain basically and just going through the motions of whatever they want you to do and just taking orders for 8 hours a day is not healthy for you, bro. Living a sedentary lifestyle is not healthy for you. Sitting down in some office job, bro. And what ends up happening is that you start gaining weight and you start getting real unhealthy and shit. Real unhealthy. Bad. I mean, I done seen shit. Some people, they be putting on like 20 pounds they first month working a little office desk job because they don't have to get up and do nothing. They're not active in their life. They come back home and they tired. I don't blame them, bro. These jobs, bro, like your brain is idle, yes, but then you still got to put up with all the bullshit. You got to deal with customers. You got to deal with your bosses, your managers, all that type of shit.
This is a lot of complaining. This is a lot of complaining. Um, I'm getting he was raised by a single mom vibes. I'm getting that he I'm just super, super confused. If those are the effects, and if people are getting fat and gaining a lot of weight, that has more to do with comfortability to me. Like I don't know, I don't know. I might be a little different. I'm just not one for the excuses. I'm not one to sit here, complain, cry. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go get it. Now, like I said, I don't think everybody should work 9 to 5 for 30 plus years, but there are so much benefits to working a 9 to 5. To counter his point, you free up space. You also can have a 401k where a lot of companies match. So now you can put away for retirement purposes, which I know a lot of people try to say 401ks is bad, but if you're working at a job and there's opportunities where you can capitalize on making more money and they'll give you money for contributing to your 401k, that's a benefit. I don't know what people are talking about. And then on top of that, you know how much money is coming in every week. So now it gives you an advantage to structure your life around building. A lot of people start making money at their job or making a lot of money and they want to up their lifestyle. No, a job allows you to understand your money more and be able to put money toward actually improving your life if that's your mindset and what you really want to do. And you can also be comfortable and say, sure, I'll just buy the nice car, I'll buy a nice house and just pay debt for the rest of my life, but I'll have a lifestyle that I can live because I know how much money's coming in. So a job gives you that comfortability that you want. So, like I said, there's a lot of benefits, and you got to take advantage of having a 9 to 5. You 9 to 5s teach you how to be consistent. 9 to 5s teach you how to have that discipline, getting up and going to work even when you don't want to. Like he said, it's boring or it's frustrating. You're working with people you don't want to work with, but it's teaching you that you still got to do what you have to do. You got to take care of business. You got to take care of responsibilities. You, my guy, you're a man. What are we talking about?
Shit, bro. You just mentally drained, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then you just doing this idle work. It's like, damn, like your brain is just fucking cooked. And they don't give a fuck about that. They don't give a fuck about how what ends up happening is when you keep working physically or keep working, you know what I'm saying, at these desk jobs or whatever, your mind start to play tricks on you, right? You start to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, damn, I done let myself go because I'm not active no more. And then niggas get depressed. Let you be depressed while you working a job. Take a day or two off. Nigga, you might just get fired. In other words, man, they don't give a fuck about you, bro. Working 9 to 5s, man, they don't care about you. Let me tell y'all something, bro. I work at the gym, right? And I had got back from my little vacation. This was like last month. I got back from my vacation and I told my manager that I got sick because I got sick. I came home and I caught that C. That's the Rona. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of bad. I had a little fever and a little cough, all that. But I told him like, oh, like I ain't gonna be coming in for a little bit. And so as soon as I text him, he gives me a call and says, oh, you know, you don't have to isolate no more. You know what I'm saying? That's old. You know what I'm saying? And I know the protocol has been updated, but he said, that's old. Like you could still come in. It's just based off of how you feel. Like you could still come in. Like basically trying to get me to come in the next day. I'm like, bro, I just told you I'm sick. I'm not feeling good. He's like, oh, okay, okay, okay. Like, are you sure? Like, trying to get me to come in, bro. I'm like, dog, I just told you I'm sick, and you trying to get me to come in tomorrow?
Bring your ass into work. Like, what we. First off, you just told on yourself because you said you took a vacation. Sir, that's a privilege in itself. Like I said, if you ran your own business, what vacations is we taking? What vacations? I think people think that it's so easy doing stuff on your own or having your own business, and they think that people that own businesses have all this free time, live lavish lives, go on trips all they want. And yes, the top people can move like that, but are we talking about regular people? You were on vacation, sir. What are you talking? And then after vacation, you're talking about you're sick. So now looking at it from the company side, the managerial side, you're like, all right, we just gave him time off. And now, as soon as he's done with time off, he's talking about he's sick. So he's going to miss more days. Now we're going to have to figure out how to schedule more people or see if people will be able to take over his shift and things of that nature. Now you're messing up the chain and how it works. Of course, I'm going to try to get you to work because you were scheduled to work. I'm in a pickle now. Like, what am I supposed to do? Now you're sick. Of course, you're like, listen, I don't want to come in. But if you had your own business, you would also be coming in. So I think, listen, I feel like you guys are understanding the sentiment that I'm giving y'all. I feel like I'm repeating a little bit of myself. So that's why I want to stop the video because it's just complaining. Please don't be this guy. You know what I mean? Please, for my people that's watching this, do what you got to do. Take care of responsibilities. Now, I do agree that a lot of people can find themselves in depressed states or start seeing themselves go downhill. And that's where I feel like, first off, life's not easy. Let's get this out the way. Before we get into this topic, please hit that like and subscribe button so you can help me grow this channel. But life's not easy. Life is not easy. I will start off by saying that. So the stuff that he's talking about, his frustration, that's temporary. You can talk about that. Everybody gets frustrated. Everybody they get a struggling point in their life. But it's just funny because after you start struggling, once you feel like everything's going downhill, if you stick with it, you will get better. Things will start happening. You will start seeing results. But you got to get through the rough stages. And also you got to be consistent. You got to be consistent. You got to be disciplined. Now, becoming successful, getting rich is very intentional, but it's also boring. It's boring. Let's say you make a six-figure job, and this is like I said, I'm gonna use myself as an example because I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to be the example, but I'm close to making a six figures, and my lifestyle is very boring. I don't go out much. I don't spend a lot of money. I don't buy cars and I don't finance cars. So my car is paid off. So now I don't have to pay $400 a month toward anything. I stay with somebody. So now I can save all my bread on rent. I don't buy unnecessary stuff. I wear the same shoes. I go to work 6 days out of the week. So I got work shoes. I don't spend any money. And do I want to spend money? Of course. But I understand that to get to where I need to be, I gotta be as boring as, in a sense, miserable in a say, because I'm not happy, but I don't care about happiness at this point. I'm young, I have time, and I know that if I do what I don't want to do now, I can do whatever I want to do in 10 years from now. So, like I said, I think a lot of people can move like this, but they just aren't willing to look like, oh man, he doesn't look put together. Oh, what shoes is he wearing? Oh, why is he not dressed up like, bro? I thought you was making money. A lot of people care about what people think, and that's how you get tricked. That's how you go and buy that nice car, and now you're paying into interest and car loans. That's how you go and you just make irrational decisions instead of being low key, grinding, doing the same thing every day. Y'all remember that SpongeBob episode with Squidward? Every day doing the same job, doing the same routine every day, every day, every day. It's funny because if you do that for 5 years, you will see major results if you're doing the right thing. But I hope you guys found some value in this video. And like I said, take care responsibility. Do what you gotta do. Life's not easy, but things will get better. I hope this video definitely made y'all see a little bit of that and see that what y'all are doing for my people out there that's working hard, that got those hard jobs, that 9 to 5 jobs, or even a business, see that you are noticed. People are living and doing what you're doing. You're not alone. You're not the only one, but it does get better. But keep being consistent, keep being great, and I'll holler at y'all at the next video. Peace.